In today's video, we are officially decorating for the holiday season. I'm going to share with you guys all of my thrifting tips and craft tricks on how to get a really great holiday decor look for your home, but on a super tight budget. So we have several thrift store finds to turn into high-end decor and look-alike designs. So let's go ahead and jump right into it.
Really hit the jackpot today, you guys, and the back seat is full as well. I can't wait to show you what all of this trash can become in treasure.
So I laid out all of my thrifted treasures on my dining room table, and I got quite a bit in my thrifted haul. So I'm just showing you everything that we're going to work with today. This whole side is covered. We're going to do all of those. I'm going to do these two canvases. I'm going to do these two long signs, the candles, the little house, and the big green vase are all going to be in today's thrift flip video. You guys are not going to believe what these can turn into. It's really amazing.
First up are these little adorable houses. I found the small one for $1.99. The larger one was $2.99. I got this idea off of Pottery Barn. They have been selling these really cute gingerbread houses this year, and I think the smallest one retails for around $40, and the large one is even more than that. And I thought, I can totally make this. So I picked up these little houses and took some brown satin spray paint, gave these a few coats of spray paint, and then we're going to turn these into look-alike gingerbread houses. Now, do not fear those of you who think these might be valuable, since they did have the stickers on the bottom. As soon as I got home, I looked them up on eBay, but it turns out if they're not in perfect condition and they don't come with the boxes, they're really not worth more than what I paid for them. So I didn't feel that bad turning them into this cute little Christmas craft. I let the spray paint dry overnight, and I got these white paint pens with a few different tips on them, and I'm just going to begin making little gingerbread shapes. I followed the roof line on these, I followed the window lines as well, and then I looked at those Pottery Barn ones as sort of inspiration and took some of the shapes that they made on there. I've also seen this done with white puffy paint, so that's an option too. When you have a thinner tip on it, you can use those, but I thought these white paint pens worked really well for this project. And there's thrift flip number 1. I don't know, you guys, I think I got these pretty close to the Pottery Barn looking theme. You'll have to let me know in the comments below which one of these thrifted flips ends up being your favorite. Next, I found these pillar candles. I think they were $3.99 a piece. Again, the tags were still on them. They hadn't been used. They're great the way they are. You could definitely use these for a centerpiece, but let's jazz these up a little bit. I found these napkins at Hobby Lobby. I found a few different designs on these. They were, I think, $3.99 for the pack, so not too bad. There's definitely plenty left over for me to use after this project. So I cut them down to the size that I need to cover all of these candles. Next, I grabbed my Mod Podge and a foam brush and gave each side of these candles a good coat of this. Mod Podge is really sticky like glue, and it'll dry clear when it is set. I took each napkin and lined it up at the top and made sure to press down really firm so that the glue stuck. You'll want to pay close attention to your edges to make sure that the napkin's laying down flat there as well. These napkins here are single ply. I'm going to use some in the future that are double ply. You have to make sure that the double side is taken off of that. So just keep that in mind. I will show you that coming up on some other candles, but this one I could just go ahead and attach. There wasn't anything to remove from here. Once the napkins were attached, I used a razor blade just to make sure I cut off all the edges on the bottom. I let these dry for a few hours, and then you're going to go over these napkins with one more coat of Mod Podge. This helps give it more of a finished look, and it just helps make sure that the napkins don't wrinkle over time. I adore these candles. They're so easy to make, and I think they'd make a really cute hostess gift as well. Okay, we all see these signs around at the thrift store. There are plenty of them these days now that all the farmhousey stuff has gone out of style. I picked up 2 of these today. I'm going to show you what you can do with them. I grabbed some white paint. Any light colored paint will work just fine for this. You just want to camouflage the color that's underneath if it's dark and the writing that's on the board. I put 2 good coats of paint on this with a small roller. Grabbed my jar of Mod Podge again with my foam brushes. I only used about 1/4 of a jar of Mod Podge for all of these projects that I'm doing today, so a little bit went a really long way, but I'll give the entire board a coat of this. I picked up some Christmas tree napkins from TJ Maxx and just started putting them in a row on this board. I folded my seams down nicely so that it helped cover up the edges as well. Now that the Mod Podge is dry, I picked up a few little decorative items at Hobby Lobby. Everything that I'm showing you was half off the day that I was shopping there, so just a few things. Most of these are stickers. Some of them I'll use hot glue to attach, and I'm just going along this board and mixing these up a little bit, playing with it a little bit, seeing where I want each one to be. This would be a really cute idea if you wanted to write a saying on it in really nice lettering, or you could stencil your family's last name on there, or maybe your kids' names would be a really fun way to decorate this as well. These trees were another really fun Pottery Barn hack. They were only a few bucks at the Goodwill. I picked up 3 of them. They actually had a set of 6. I really wish I would have grabbed all of them once I got into this project. This was really fun. Another great hostess gift. They are already sparkly, but they needed just a little extra. A lot of the sparkles had fallen off, and the ones at Pottery Barn looks like they have like snow on them, so I wanted to duplicate that as well. Again, I grabbed the Mod Podge and this foam brush, and I went in on all the places where it was missing some sparkle, specifically focused on like the branches area, so then I could add some of my glitter and make it look like it was snowing. I did use 2 types of glitter for this. I had a fine and an extra fine. Both of these are white. The extra fine was almost like powdered sugar, which was pretty perfect for the effect that I was going for. Next, I found this beautiful, huge jar. This was actually $15, one of the more pricier things that I picked up. And I just want you all to remember that when you are looking for thrifted flips to turn into Christmas items, don't pay attention to maybe what color things are. You really are looking for shape, because there is so much you can do with some paint or some decoupage or some Mod Podge like I'm showing you today. So with this vase, I gave everything a little bit of a scuff sand just to roughen up the texture on this. You can see it's really shiny, so I want to make sure that my paint was going to stick. I have some leftover white chalk paint, of course I do, and I'm applying this with just an old brush. I want it pretty textury, and I'm not doing a really thorough first coat. I really just want this as my base coat to make sure that my second coat is going to adhere nicely. Okay, wait till you see this fun trick. I am taking some Epsom salts in my little blender, and I'm gonna blend this up so it is really, really fine. It's gonna turn it in basically to snow, and we are gonna play around with this on that large vase. The chalk paint is dry on the base. I'm taking some of my ground up Epsom salts and sprinkling it on the tablecloth. I want plenty of these, and you're gonna wanna make sure that you get out any lumps and clumps as well. I chose 2 different colors of very fine glitter. You can do whatever you'd like. If you'd like bigger chunks of glitter on there, I just wanted this to be a really, really light effect, not really overpowering. And we're gonna mix that in really well with these Epsom salts. I grabbed my Mod Podge and the foam brush again, and then just started using the Mod Podge around the bottom of the vase. I took the bottom of the vase that was sticky from the Mod Podge and just started rolling it into those Epsom salts and the glitter. By the way, the Epsom salts are not scented. I'm sure you could use that just fine, but I didn't want any extra smells going along with my Christmas decor. All right, you won't even believe this next flip. This one is pretty amazing. If you've been with me for a while, you know that I love all things Pottery Barn, and again, they came out with these viral Christmas tree ornaments this year. They sold out pretty quickly, and I was like, there is definitely a way that I can duplicate these. So I found some old Easter eggs. I scuffed them up a little bit again so that my paint would stick. Took that same leftover white paint. I only need the tops of these, so that's why I'm painting just the tops. I'll give these 2 good coats and set them aside to dry. You will not believe what these turn into. I let the tops dry overnight, and I need to get the bottom piece off of here. We won't need this for the craft, so I got my little blade and cut off the bottoms. I've had these acorns on my tree for a while. They are actually ornaments, but we're gonna make them into something so much cuter. So you take the bottom of the egg, and I use some hot glue, and I'm just gonna go around the edges of this Easter egg half that we have here, and then I will attach it to my acorn. You want the acorn to be the top where you tie the string to attach to your tree, not the eggs. I made 3 of these cute little acorns, and I want to attach them all together. So I had some old burlap string, I tied some cute little bows, and then found a way to get them to all be tied together up on my tree. I picked up a few of these old farmhouse signs at the thrift store this time, and the next one I'm about to show you is actually going to be the centerpiece for my table this year. I grabbed another board and painted it white as well, and this time I am using some Rust-Oleum brown glaze with my foam brush and just applying a really good coat of this all over the board. As I wipe back some of the extra, you can tell that this is already starting to look like a weathered piece of wood, which is exactly what I'm going for. So then I grabbed a graining tool and ran the graining tool around it so it looks like it's an actual board and it's not a farmhouse sign. Bottle brush trees are really popular this year, so I got a 30 pack of these off of Amazon and I'm going to start hot gluing them onto my board. You know what else they have a ton of at thrift stores? These really large canvases, and I cannot take credit for this next idea. I've seen a few creators make these this holiday season, so I'm going to give it my best shot. This large canvas was $9.99 and it was marked originally $79 at Kirkland's. And now I'm gonna take some paint to it. I am, again, just taking some leftover tan paint that I have. It doesn't matter what color you use, as long as it's a lighter color. You just wanna hide any of the lettering or design that is underneath. I found this shower curtain on Amazon for $9.99 and we are going to use this and make ourselves some beautiful Christmas art. Once my canvas was nice and dry, I put this on top of the shower curtain and just cut around the edges to make sure I had the right size for what I was going to need. I took my smaller canvas and did the exact same thing. I actually had plenty left over just from this one shower curtain. Is that an amazing flip or what? I don't know about you, but if you have seen Christmas artwork anywhere, it's really expensive. So that was a really cheap and quick flip. You'll have to let me know which one's been your favorite so far. I found these little metal houses. Again, they still had the Kirkland stickers on the bottom of them. The candle inside still worked, it just needed a new battery, and I picked these up for $7.99. Some of this stuff was half off that day. I don't remember if this was or not, but I feel like it was. I don't know that I would have paid $8. Still, it's going to become a really great part of the centerpiece I have planned for this year. So the first thing I'm going to do is get this candle out of the bottom and give this little house a refresh. Once the spray paint had dried, I brought this back inside and changed the candle battery to make sure everything was working perfectly. This was a super simple flip. I added some extra burlap ribbon that I had laying around just to give it a little extra touch. I love this little box. Again, it goes to show that you're really just looking for shape. You can turn it into anything new that you'd like. There were 2 of these there. I am so bummed that I only grabbed 1. This would have been really cute on the table as a pair. This star is another super simple flip. This is actually a paperweight and it was on sale for $2.99. I took that same Rust-Oleum spray paint and spray painted it this deeper gold shade. It's gonna be so cute on the fireplace. I picked up a pack of these Votives. These were on sale for $4.99. They came in a pack of 3. They were actually still in the original packaging as well. And I'm just gonna take some stencils and spell out the word joy on here. Now, I know you can't see the stenciling very well, but when you have these lit, at least that's my thought, is that it's gonna stick out a little more when I have a votive candle in there. So you could choose any color that you wanted to do that stencil with, but I went with something that just matched the candle already. And so I picked up my Mod Podge again, and I'm again just going over the bottom of these votives. And I'll grab my Epsom salt snow and my glitter and add just a little extra touch of fancy for the holiday table. Again, these turned out so cute and festive. I put a little Christmas tree candle in the center there. Perfect for the table and so inexpensive to create these things. You guys are gonna have to let me know, again, what your favorites are down below when we get done. And this one, I wanted to make it a little more personal to my family. This was a little house that was painted, probably used for a nativity scene, but this part was the only thing that was left hanging around at the store. So I sanded all of the rough paint down. I'm gonna paint most of this again myself, and then got out that extra white paint that I had laying around and did most of the base and the edges of this house. Once the white paint was dry, I went in with some Retique, which has some natural wood fibers in it, so it's made to look a little more like wood, and it's a tan color, so I painted this on the roof. You probably can guess where I'm going with this. I want the roof to look like it's made out of solid wood, so I'm going to give it that effect. While that first coat of paint dries, I found these cute little stockings at Hobby Lobby. There's 4 of them, there's 4 of us in my family, so I'm gonna get these out and I'm gonna stencil them with everybody's initial. Now that the tan paint is dry, I'm going back in with my Rust-Oleum glaze and we are gonna add that wood staining effect to the top of this house as well. So it looks like the roof is real. So I took out my glaze, I used my foam brush again. I just wanna give this a good coat of this glaze, and then I'll go back in with my graining tools until I get the look that I like on the roof. Now that the paint is dry, it's time to hang up the stockings, so I found some little finishing nails and put them into the side, and some burlap twine to attach my stockings with. This was such a cute personal touch on our fireplace. I put it next to my little kids' pictures when they were with Santa. I thought it was really adorable to have a little personalized piece of Christmas decor. These two large candles, what a great find. One was $3.99, one was $2.99. Yes, these are the original tags. They are still on. No one has ever used these. We are gonna turn these into really something beautiful and quite a statement piece. I ended up using these on my coffee table. They were perfect for that spot. I grabbed an extra set of napkins from TJ Maxx with a different design on them this time. Got these all cut up into pieces. Again, this would make a beautiful hostess gift if you had to give one. This napkin had the 2-ply that I was talking about, so you just want to make sure that you've got that extra part taken off of there and just keep the part that has the design on it. So let's get these started. Again, we're going to start with the same thing that we did with the smaller candles, and we're going to take the Mod Podge and put a good coat of that on before we start applying our napkins. The trick I'm going to use on these pillar candles will make them look like they came straight out of a department store, and you won't believe how easy this one is to achieve. Now that our second layer of Mod Podge is on, I am laying out our glittery snow once again, and I'm going to roll both of these large pillar candles into this Epsom salt and glitter. I mixed up my glitter colors so each candle has a little bit different color that's on it, but they look so beautiful and stately and like they are snow covered. They actually kind of look like birch trees to me when they're dry, which is a really cool effect. Couldn't you see wrapping a really beautiful Christmas ribbon around those and giving those as a gift? I think they are just so gorgeous. This one is a little box that was made to house little laundry packets, and this was on sale for $6.99, but again, this one was half off. I am actually going to turn this into a little gift for our neighbors. The neighbor kids are always over here, and I want to give them a little something special this holiday. So I'm taking some red satin spray paint and spraying this entire little laundry holder basket thing down. Again, this just goes to show you are looking for shape when you're at the thrift store. You can use paint to turn it into most anything that you want to. The box is dry, and I found these little make your own little reindeers near the checkout station of Hobby Lobby. You know how they always have those little kids crafts near the checkout? Well, that's where this one was. So I'm going to put together one of these, and then I think I'll throw the rest of them into the box for the kids to enjoy also, and then they can make their own. I picked up these little cute cups of hot chocolate mix. They actually have the flavor of hot chocolate inside of these cups. I'm going to take this out of the packaging and put some of these into this box. I'm going to add a Sonic gift card into this, and it should make the perfect little neighbor gift. And for my very last flip, I found this little gray vase. It was $6.99, again with half off, and it was just sad and lonely on the shelf, and I thought, no, I can do something really fun with this for Christmas. So I grabbed that same gold metallic spray paint and gave this a few good coats to cover up all of the gray. Once it was dry, I brought it inside and filled the inside with just a brown paper sack. I got some extra ornaments that we no longer use on our tree, and I started to shape these around the vase. I used some hot glue to make sure that they all stayed in place, and I wanted to make this into a really fun little decorative ornament tree.
And that's it for today's holiday decorating adventure. I hope you're feeling inspired to take those thrift store finds and turn them into stunning high-end decor. On a budget, of course. Remember, it's not about how much you spend, it's about the creativity and the heart that you put behind it. If you enjoyed this video today, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for even more budget-friendly DIY ideas. I love to hear from you guys in the comments. What was your favorite thrift store find and flip for today? Are you going to try any of these out at home? I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching today, and I've linked another video I think you guys would love on the screen next door to this, so be sure to check that out, and I'll see you next time as we turn more lemons into lemonade. Happy holidays.